Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me as we take a look at your weekend forecast for September 8th through the 10th. Weather looks to be being not great really this weekend. Not terrible either, but we are talking about a pretty good chance of showers every afternoon today, tomorrow, and on Sunday. And when it's not showery, the muggies is going to continue. Temperatures are going to come down a little bit because we're going to have more clouds in the afternoons. So it doesn't look like we're going to see the kind of severe storms we saw last night. That was a little bit of a surprise, not entirely. There was some prediction of some decent thunderstorms, but they ended up being stronger than I think really thought. A lot of power outages this morning, particularly in the western part of southern Vermont, but some certainly east of the Green Mountains as well. Those storms definitely a little bit surprising in how strong they were last night as they rolled through. Not going to see anything that strong, but definitely a chance for showers and thunderstorms each day. Best chance on Sunday for sustained rain. But each day brings a chance for some rain. Today could bring probably the chance for the heaviest of showers. So let's take a look at what's going on across the country, why that's happening. We have slowly had the surface indicates a couple of kind of fronts here. Basically, we're in this general frontal boundary area between some cooler, although not cold by any stretch of the imagination, but cooler Canadian air and the soup and the mess that's been across the eastern part of the United States all week. Here is your and we're kind of stuck in the middle of that. Neither one of these fronts is moving that quickly. And so what that means is we basically are going to get repeats of each day. So today we'll start off, the low clouds will burn off, we'll get some sun. It'll seem like it was yesterday. But then because there's a trigger here, we're going to get the opportunity for some showers and thunderstorms to pop up. Actually, you can see there's even a couple of sprinkles. Not much of that's hitting the ground, but you can just kind of see, there's some instability in the atmosphere. Even this morning with a few of the radar echoes here over Vermont and New Hampshire this morning. When you get some heating of the day, those will give us a chance for showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. We have a chance for some stronger thunderstorms. I don't think we'll see what we saw yesterday. There was more of a trigger yesterday, this kind of initial frontal boundary and the low pressure system that is sort of running up around it. This is a very weak low pressure system, but just enough lift with just enough energy in the atmosphere to create a pretty good situation for severe weather yesterday. Today, just as much energy really around, where temperatures will be maybe not quite as warm because we'll have a few more clouds around, but just about as warm. Dew points will be just as high as they were yesterday. And so but there's not quite as much of a trigger. And so what that means is the storms don't quite have the momentum to move and to create the wind and things like that. But we could get briefly heavy rain. Actually, I didn't get a ton of rain, at least at my house last night. I know some places got a little bit more rain, but they were actually pretty fast moving thunderstorms. They kind of blew through. It was mostly a wind event last night. And again, somewhat surprising, not entirely shocking, but a little surprising with how strong it really was when it came through. I was not anticipating that kind of a severe weather outbreak. If we look at the clouds this morning, you can see they are kind of moving off a little bit, and you'll see behind we're clearing out. Southern Vermont will definitely clear out this morning. Not completely clear, but then as soon as we start to get some heating of the day, by the afternoon, we start to cloud it back up. And then what will happen is on Saturday, the front doesn't really move much. I'll show you in a second kind of the animation of the rough way that the frontal boundary moves through over the next 3 days. It moves, but it's slow. And so what that means is we're going to get these chances for showers and thunderstorms every afternoon. And we might get a little bit of a wave of low pressure that moves up along the front on Sunday, which gives us a more sustained period of rain as well on Sunday. But at each day, though, too, as the front has lost forward momentum, the chance for severe weather, especially windy weather, has gone away because the storms the energy is there to create the storms, but not to push them forward, which means that we're not getting the kind of weather that we would. And then we're going to have to eventually turn our eyes to Lee, although things are looking a little bit better on that front, at least for southern Vermont. It does look a little bit east of us. Can't rule it out quite yet, though. So I'll show you that at the very end. That's not a concern until the end of next week. But yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on still. So here we are this morning. Here's the general front. Obviously, there was that other front that kind of moved through yesterday. It's kind of dying and it's sort of stationary. This front is barely moving as well. And kind of the main low pressure system with it is located well to our north, and it is kind of headed in our direction. Today, it's still got some forward momentum, and that's why we will still have the chance for a stronger thunderstorm. Could be a few gusty winds. I don't think anything that'll cause power outages, anything like yesterday. It could be a spot power outage or two, and just a kind of a random wind event, or lightning hits a tree or something and it falls on the line. But in general, not widespread power outages today. If we take a look at tomorrow, you can see the front does not move much, and now we're basically stationary. And basically it's just a trigger to kind of help those showers and thunderstorms pop up. These will not be entirely all afternoon kind of showers or thunderstorms, but they will be the kind of thing where it could rain for half an hour, could rain kind of heavy for half an hour and then stop. So it's just the kind of thing you're going to have to be aware of if you're outside. I wouldn't cancel all your plans, but I would want your plans to include what are we going to do if it rains or if it thunders, like where are we going to go and things like that. But in terms of, doesn't mean you can't do anything outside, just means that yeah, it's, you have to be ready for the chance for some rain. Morning should be okay. More clouds each day in the mornings, but mornings should be generally okay and rain free and give you the chance to have to get some things done. Sunday might be the exception on that. By Sunday, the front has kind of almost cleared through and is finally starting to get on the move again. But like I said, we might see a wave of low pressure that kind of rides up, and the timing on that is not exact, but definitely gives us a chance for more sustained rain Sunday afternoon, maybe overnight Sunday, potentially into Monday as well. We'll have to kind of see exactly how that low pressure, it's a very weak low pressure system, but might be just enough to kind of trigger some more widespread sustained rain. And that wouldn't be like flooding rain or anything like that, but it could be more of a washout on Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon plans, you're definitely going to want to hold loosely this weekend. If you want to make outdoor plans today or Saturday would be better. So here I did want to show you, here's Lee out here, Cat 5 hurricane. It's cranking. Looks like a little weaker on the satellite imagery this morning, maybe undergoing an eyewall replacement, but there's really no reason that it won't continue to be a very strong hurricane for the next several days. It's going to come in north of the Caribbean, and then it's going to recurve, and the question is where. Right now it looks like the very western side of the guidance would give coast of Maine would certainly be in play for that. That's comfortably east of us still, and certainly there's lots of the more Nova Scotia would be kind of the place that you'd be more worried about this, and it may even recurve east of that. Models don't do a great job at this distance of starting to figure out exactly how quickly it's going to turn. There's a lot of kind of subtle features that are going to make the determination on that. Can't completely rule it out for southern Vermont yet. We do need to keep an eye on it still, but I'm feeling more confident. A couple days ago, we were definitely within the realm of possibilities. Now we are still sort of in the realm of possibilities, but it would be a pretty big change from where model guidance is going right now. That it does look like there's going to be a trough that kind of kicks it out to sea. But bears watching. We won't have any idea really. Earliest would be Sunday into Monday that we'd have some confidence as to what exactly will happen, and probably even then it would just be maybe it's going to happen or it's definitely not going to happen. We might be able to rule it out by Monday as a potential problem for southern Vermont. I think to rule it out for a potential problem for down East Maine, you're probably still not till Tuesday or Wednesday next week going to be able to rule it in or out entirely. So, but that's just sort of the way it goes. You have to be patient with these, kind of prepare in the ways that you would need to at this distance out. And in southern Vermont, you don't need to be making any preparations here. But we do want it to stay away because we are going to see a decent amount of rain next week, and the last thing we need is a rainmaker on top of that with everything that's gone on this summer. So hopefully it's going to, looks like it's going to, but just wanted to kind of keep you up to date on what's going on there. All right, weekend forecast. Today, we notice we're keeping the humidity each day. Saturday evening, maybe we lose the humidity a little bit, although it's still going to feel kind of muggy. But basically, we're humid the entire weekend. Afternoon storms Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Today brings the least amount of storms, but the chance for the stronger of the storms. Saturday and Sunday, storms and showers not as strong, but definitely still there and more numerous, especially on Sunday, more numerous. Again, these won't be all afternoon. You can still get some things done outside, but you're going to want to hold those plans tentatively and have a plan for what happens if it rains. Otherwise, overnight will mostly be cloudy with the leftover kind of clutter and from all the storms during the afternoons. Best chances for sun is in the morning each day. Morning should be okay. So if you want to get outside and do something, the morning is going to be the time to do so. Let's take a quick look at that weekend highlight. Muggy and warm weekend with chances for showers or thunderstorms each day. Mornings will feature a mix of sun and clouds before thunderstorms pop up in the afternoon. Today brings the most sun, but also the chance for the strongest storms. Sunday brings the least sun and the best chance for a sustained period of rain in the afternoon. And the combination of temperatures and humidity will make it feel more like August than September, although the temperatures themselves will come down a little bit because of all the clouds that we're going to see. want to give a quick shout out to my patrons. Thank them for supporting the channel. They really help make the Weather Guy work. And so we just appreciate their help. If you're interested in becoming a patron, there's a link in the description below that talks about some of the things that you get as a patron. And I just want to thank all of you who subscribed. Certainly encourage you to continue to subscribe if you haven't before. Helps make sure you don't miss any of these videos. And as we head towards a little further into the year, there's going to be opportunities to for the weather to get a little more impactful, although it was pretty impactful last night. And then you're going to want to make sure you're paying attention. And so just make sure that you wouldn't miss any of my videos. All right, I'll be back on Monday to look at your work week.